Hey everybody, I'm going to put in door handles on homemade doors today. Got my little mascot here. If you are sensitive to noises, such as when I move my camera, it makes noise. It sounds like a lens cover just banging back and forth. Then you might want to maybe turn the sound off or find something else to do. You need to know how to install these doorknobs. This is what I'm going to be all about today. We're going to have to move the camera a few times and it's going to be noisy. The first thing I want to do is sit over here on the far side of the camera. The far side over posted by the east wing. And you can see I got the door open. Like I said, it's going to be a little noisy. You can rack it here and there. When you shut the door, you don't have a helper. That's not real heavy. I may have to get out and move it a couple times and a few foul, or a few chosen words. Because I like birds and not be foul words like duck and dove and chicken, pheasant, blah blah blah. Okay, enough about the funny stuff. Okay, let me get this just right. Maybe I'll just move it on. I warned you. Notice wiggling in it. With the tripod. At least I'm using a tripod where it doesn't. I'm trying to do it with one hand and film with the other. Almost there. Almost there. It's going to be a long video too. But here's the thing, if you miss some of it, you have to be really ticked off when you go to install your door handles on your Teardrop Camper. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes I don't see very good. Get on my super big strong glasses. So some of the things you're going to need is I'm going to put a piece of steel backer in here because I'm going to go through the steel backer, through the 1/2 inch door stop, into the 3/4 inch wall. So let's get the drill and then find ourselves a couple of 3/4 inch stainless steel screws. And I like the stainless steel screws, so if it gets humid in here, I'm telling you, that stuff will rust. So, oops. Notice I painted one side of that. I'm going to have this side out, and I'll hit it with some sandpaper when I want to get it all together. Might have been too much. Kind of easy. See, let's pre-drill a hole in there so we can worry about splitting some cheap plywood. I mean, it's not cheap these days, but I call it cheap. That goes through the 1/2 inch into the 3/4 inch wall. And now, what I want to do is get my get my tack my staple guns. Really, it's not supposed to be far. I had some help in here a while ago, and some of my things removed. Never put my staple gun in that particular spot it was found in, but that's okay. We're only going to need just a few staples and a measurement. Okay, I measured 21 5/8. That's 21 and a half. Looks like that's what that is now. 21 and a half. Right here. I've got 2 pieces of this siding roofing material. I'm going to put right there as a gauge, and I'm going to set my, for me it's a piece of 1/2 inch and a piece of 2.5 millimeter. It works for mine. You can use these exact same measurements, but you can make a mistake because I'm telling you, all these are all handmade, and there's some mistakes here and there, and you don't do them all the same. So what I did there is use that for a gauge. Alright, we're done with the staple gun now. Got my gauge in there. And that always looks off. I don't know, every time it looks off. That's why I like the staples, because they will bend a little bit. Just gonna make an adjustment with a BFR, bigger fry hammer. And now, let's I know, it's a boring video like this, but it is what it is. I swear I'll leave everything out. That's okay. What you want to do is make sure you get your right side lock on. Well, actually this is the left side. When I said right, I meant correct. Okay, we're going to drill a hole in here and here and right there. So what we want to do to attach these, I want to go ahead I'm doing that so I can put a screw through here to stabilize that. I even had my screws laid out. It looks real nice. I'm some stuff around and I don't. So we're going to deal with that. Here we go. Alright, that's in there. Next thing we want to do is the pilot bit. Hold this up here with your block. Stay with your block like that. There we go. another stainless steel screw, and then drop that in there. You notice the slop in that hole like that? That's real good, so you can move it around. You don't run it in tight with the drill because you might ream it out. And you'll be unhappy because you have to start all over again. Get it lined up. That makes you happy. You see how I put that gap in there like that? It gives me only just a half of this striker. I can't remember what the name is. Half of that. So whenever you go to shut it, it's not gonna bang against. You won't bang against the wall. It'll just squeeze on back and snap shut. Okay, so let's set a screw to the bottom. Now while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and put me a hole right here in the center of this. All the way through the door. Get our screwdriver tip. Go ahead and put you another stainless steel screw in. I'm going to go down the other side and get that pole down off the door. So now even without rounding this corner here, it should still slam shut. What I'm going to do, I'm going to round that off. Okay. We're going to be moving the camera in just a minute, making that terrible camera noise. Make sure that I hook this all the way through the door out the other side. I'm going to move you all outside for now. Side of your camper. Let's see. Alright. Okay, so put something up there so the door won't lock shut on me. Now there's no lens on this side or a monitor on this side, so I can't tell if the camera's still running or not. You see it's a 1-inch paddle bit. And we're going to go about 2/3 of the way through the thickness of the door only. Right there. Now you could go all the way through here, but what I prefer to do is I go 2/3 of the way through and take something like a 1/2 inch and finish it up. And remember you got the, I don't know if you can see that close. Remember you got the door latch on the inside, so don't go blasting through there and run into that steel. I'm going to go ahead and assemble all this, but once I get ready to put my final coat of polyurethane, or not polyurethane, but in that two-part epoxy on the outside, I'm going to take all the hinges off, take this off, and I'll seal the inside of this with two-part epoxy. I don't know if you can see this closer or not, but if you look right in there, right in that little hole, just a minute. Kind of stair step. You don't have to do that. You could drill that 1 inch all the way through there, but the reason I do it is so I can treat this with epoxy, or you could use polyurethane. It won't matter because it'll be out of the sun. And then if water gets in here, it's not going to go up and over that or run down the back side of your door. So you leave that like that, and you get all that. Treat that with anything you want to treat it with, and then what I'll do is I'll put a glob of Vaseline in there just as a backup, so I don't get any water inside the camper. Okay. I'm in tight space now, so give me hell if I trip over the tripod. And so here's our door handle. Sometimes you got to push it back through this side in here to push any sawdust out. Okay, the way the lock works is like this. You're going, I know how a lock works. Okay, so that's locked. And what keeps it from spinning is when you put when you put the screws in here and screw down, that's what keeps it from spinning. So if you ever get locked out, just take out these screws and then you can unlock it. I know somebody's saying, well, now you done told all the bad guys. If they want in, they're going to get in. And they're probably not going to waste any time undoing the screws. They're just going to put a slot of pipe on here and crank it over. Okay, enough of that. So, next we have our big screws. We'll start with the pilot hole. Try to get that as level as you can. Sometimes you don't get it out level, but it's okay. So we'll get one screw in this one. Remember, if you're not going to come back and take all this stuff loose and do something, take that screw out. Once you get all the screw holes done, you take your little eyedropper or something, put some polyurethane in those screw holes, and treat the inside of this area here. Otherwise, that's where your first rot will be. might take a while. But you're going to get it. Okay, remember when you're doing the screwing with the doors, see how that screw head's fluted at the top right there? Looks like the outside of a funnel. And then inside right here, it's fluted. If you don't have your hole dead center, when you put this in there and it starts to snug up, it will center for you. And I'm not saying it's going to center it in the right spot. It could center it in any other spot. It can make it scoot over. Well, evidently I got it just right. You can see all the pimples on there I got to sand off. Okay, so at this point, door knob's in. Latch works. We've already tried the keys. Keys work. I like this little lock. That's kind of nice. If you don't buy this one here, you see how that goes down right there? Sorry about that. Golly. Holy cow. Okay, so this is how that lock works. It's a really neat little lock. But if you don't buy the one, if you buy both sides, it's like $70, $75 with shipping, or $49 you buy the two that don't have the lock. What you can do is drill a hole right here. Just right in there. So I can scoot you down a little bit. Right through here. See where that travels right there? Where that travel is? You drill a hole through there, through this piece and through that piece right there, and put you a finished, I can't remember what size finish nail is, but you can put your finish nail in there, which will do the same thing as this lock. Save yourself about 25 bucks. But on this one, we decided to go ahead and see. I was curious because they wouldn't give me a good picture of what this locking mechanism looked like. Let's see if I can get you a picture of it. You want to hide their proprietary information. You can see it has a little hole in there and a little divot in this piece, and then a pop rivet there, so that when you click it back it locks. I'm sure that'll wear out one day, but not a bad little doodad. You could actually build this yourself. You could take this piece off and hammer it out flat and trace it out and cut you some out and put it back. It just wasn't worth all that. But drill a hole right through, move that out of the way, you can see, right through here, straight into that, and put you a finished nail in there. And it won't stick out enough where you get scratched by it, because you put the pointy in first, or you can just cut it shorter. You could tape it onto a string or something hanging off the door handle for the inside lock. But that's how that works. Now all I got to do is take a hacksaw and cut this off, and I'm done with the door as far as making it open, shut, and lock. See my AC up there. There's the collar around it. And what I did on the AC here is I marked it with a pin, and before I installed it, I put that metal air conditioning tape on the side of these grills so that I could caulk it right here. Otherwise, well, it's a mess. So, alright. And the next thing I'd like to do is, if I can't find windows I like for the door, then I can find windows I like for the walls. I just don't have windows for the doors. 5x10 Teardrop Camper. I appreciate y'all watching and tuning in. And my subscribers and non-subscribers alike. You can tell from the sound of my voice, I am still dealing with allergies. Pine all the way there up on the roof. Maple on the sides. Of course, the trim, the door stop around the door is pine, 1/2 inch pine. Then up here on the front is just this pine underlayment like the rest of the what I call headliner. So, and my mattress should come up to right about here. Since this is a 10-footer without a galley. I sound like a little girl punching the last word. I guess I'm tired. And then we'll have room to crawl in there and take our shoes off on wood floor and not on the mattress. Now I'm going to have a little cabinet over here for my wiring. Right now it's hooked up to a jumper box for power. And then this was trying to get an idea here for a little tiny countertop to set things on. And this space here, turns out it's big enough for a 4.4 cubic foot refrigerator. I may get one of those. Kind of cut back on my expense of the ice when we go to the campground. You can see a little shine on the outside there. Okay, thank y'all again for watching.